Hello and welcome, 2022. What will this year bring us? What makes a vision the leader's compass? What impact does that have on us and our people? Today, we will share what we have learned when a business has an aspirational vision that is clearly stated and understood, with accompanying values that support the vision. Our vision is to empower leaders to build responsible teams that produce extraordinary results. I learned for this to be real, as a team, we had to live it. Our clients would then have the experience inside of the service we deliver. Some time ago, we were running our Leadership in Action program with a client, and we were about a third of the way through when they hit a really bad patch. Reluctantly, the CEO came to me and said, "We need to put our program on hold while we dig ourselves out of a hole." Although we had a contract with this client, this was not the time to exercise our cancellation policy. I discussed this with the Greater Integrity and Values team, and one of the associates said, "How can we stop when they really need us right now?" What I heard was our vision and values lives in the hearts and minds of our people. It took a nanosecond for Jay and I to decide we would continue to service the client and forego our fee. At the end of the program, the CEO said they would not have survived if we had not done the work with their leadership team. The wonderful surprise was a year later, when they were in good shape, they honoured the balance of the contract. We were not expecting that. We still have an ongoing relationship with this client. Today, let's look at what that takes. We'll examine it. I'll share the mistakes I've made, the tough decisions, and the victories that we've enjoyed. The victories only came when we were very clear about where we were going, who we were, and what we stood for. For those of you who are new to our webinars, we will send you to breakout rooms where you'll have a discussion on a question we will pose. Then we'll reconvene. If you have not done so and you don't know the people in your room, introduce yourself to your group with your name, company, and location. Our first question is, why does an aspirational vision matter to you and your people? Off you go. Welcome back. Why does this thing called a vision matter? Let me share a conversation I had with a CEO and his team some time ago. They all worked in a large multinational company that paid a lot of lip service to any form of vision or values. In fact, the Australian CEO pooh-hooed a vision, saying head office is only interested in profit, money, and quarterly returns. What would a slogan on the wall do, and how would that motivate us? We had a stand-up argument about it. Then several of his leaders said the magic words. We want it because then we know where we are going and why. To his credit, he had the courage and the humility to listen to them. They then embarked on our Vision and Values program and created a powerful tool for the business. What he learned was that people thrive when connected to a vision. When the economics is all that is talked about and measured, people don't feel appreciated or valued. When you set the vision and values and drive it into the hearts and minds of the people, then the culture corrects and the culture corrects and the economics because of their activities. Automatically, oh my goodness, what did I just say? I'll start that sentence again. Hang on. Okay, where am I? I've lost my place. Sorry, everybody. Okay, I'm here. When you set the vision and values and drive it into the hearts and minds of the people, then the culture corrects and the economics, then the culture corrects itself and the economics do as well because of their activities. And it just automatically all takes care of itself, rewarding you with the results you seek. The vision creates the bigger narrative, the story of why they are all there. When the leadership team is a living example of the vision, then it will impact the future of the business. The integrity and values journey to an aspirational vision that works for us took time, and I made all the rookie mistakes. It started with a grandiose statement: transform 20,000 leaders by 2020. Sounds great, hey? In fact, I G'd up our team and then wondered why it didn't work. What I have learned is that this is a goal, not a vision. We were donkeys, constantly chasing the carrot. Have you ever been in that position when you feel like the donkey chasing the carrot, the big dollar? That wasn't working. So then we created empowering leaders to change the game. What game? And whose game? That resulted in a heated discussion. I knew we were close and yet not quite on the money. Being the leader and the facilitator and putting ourselves through our own process was fraught with difficulties. We all agreed to stay until we worked it out. There was a plethora of ideas and words on the board. We just needed to get the right ones in the right order to work for us. Staring at the board, the words finally jumped out at me. I blurted out, "What we do is empower leaders to build responsible teams that produce extraordinary results." Everyone gaped and said, "That's it, write it down." So our vision is empowering leaders to build responsible teams that produce extraordinary results. This is when things started to move for us. We'd become clear and succinct. The team could contribute. To create a vision, let's look at the definition of the word. A vision is an aspirational statement said in the present tense where the people could be doing something right now that affects the future. DEM Fire, one of our clients, created their vision of uncompromising in our commitment to fire safety. Many of you have already received the case study on this work. If you haven't, please check out our website. The CEO of DEM Fire, Tom Marshall, said, "The vision and values have become our barometer. We are relying on them heavily during the pandemic." He then relayed this story to me. He said he had a conversation with a member of his team who had not completed a job to DEM Fire standard. He used their vision to hold him to account. All he said was, "How is that uncompromising in fire safety for the staff member to get it?" That's the power this work has given us, he told me. This is a demonstration of doing something right now to accomplish your vision. You can pull the vision into the present. When your people buy in, they go the extra mile. Then they'll laugh, cry, and play with you. There are 7 attributes that are required to be satisfied in the creation of a compelling aspirational vision. This is the research from the longitudinal study of Baum, Locke and Kirkpatrick. First, brevity. Be concise and to the point. No waffle. Let me give you an example of an iconic brand losing its way. Harley-Davidson vision statement is as follows. Harley-Davidson Incorporated is an action-orientated international company, a leader in its commitment to continuously improve our mutual beneficial relationships with stakeholders, customers, suppliers, employees, shareholders, government and society. Harley-Davidson believes the key to success is to balance stakeholder interests through empowerment of all employees to focus on value-added activities. My goodness, I'm a bikie. Well, I'm not a bikie, but I used to ride a bike, and there's nothing more freeing than riding on an open road, and yet an iconic brand has lost its way. What does all that mean? The shorter the statement, the more impactful it is. You want them to be able to answer the question, what is your company vision, with that brief and powerful statement. Next, it's clear and precise, so it's easily understood. Here are some examples from our clients. Altitude Hotels, the place to stay where great memories begin. It's pretty clear what they do. VERSACE Timbers, partnering in building another Aussie dream. They are one of the biggest timber suppliers in Queensland. Beard, improving lives through better sleep. The second largest mattress manufacturer in Australia. You probably know them by one of their brands, King Coil. It has future orientation. It's a guide for the long term. It has no expiry date, and it invites continuous work. It's stable. It's general and robust enough that it's not affected by change in the market or technology. Our vision did not change because of the pandemic, and neither did it change for our clients. Just a few of the strategic objectives got moved around. Challenging. It has people give their best and allows for that discretionary effort, giving them the opportunity to step out of their comfort zone. Abstractness. It's adaptable and open, allowing for creativity. It is not limited to a one-time goal. Remember my 20,000 leaders by 2020? Desirability. It has the ability to inspire the people. It's an ideal worthy of your time and effort. With all of this in mind, what does an effective vision give the business? How does it have people contribute? For your next breakout session, go and have a conversation on how does an effective vision increase productivity and contribution in the business. Welcome back. How does an effective vision increase productivity and contribution in the business? The past 2 years have thrown a lot of businesses into disarray. At Integrity and Values, our clear vision has supported us and guided our decision-making, even more so during this pandemic. Having the vision didn't remove the tough calls. It just made the pathway clear. The hard decisions made during this time have left us intact and stronger, culturally and economically. Productivity is at the core core of a healthy economy, both in Australia and globally. Preserving productivity is a necessity. When people are struggling, that's when the power of the vision comes into its own. There are numerous benefits to the business when you have a relatable, clear vision and values. It becomes that invaluable tool. It supports you in your decision-making processes. It becomes what you consider when driving critical business decisions. Then you'll make powerful, informed calls. It's a reference point that keeps you on course, maintaining your perspective. It lifts you above the noise, where you keep asking yourself the question, will this keep us aligned with the vision, giving you direction when you need it? It increases discretionary effort. In a research paper, it was discovered that when people are connected with the vision and values, when it is alive for them and the leaders are a demonstration of it, businesses experienced a 12.4% in extra effort for those with a vision, as opposed to only 5% in those that didn't have a vision. The two functions of a vision are pathfinding and culture building, according to Nichols. These are key to maintaining productivity and contribution in the business. So what's pathfinding? Pathfinding is what's going on out there in the world. Your vision supports you to seek your way through uncertain and changing environments, no matter the circumstances. A leader's job is to constantly have their eye on the path and what course to take next. What is culture building? Drawing people into a purposeful business that has a path to follow. Culture is everything, and a poor culture will trump a vision if the leader is not a demonstration of the kind of culture they want to build. It's in their language and behaviours. To clarify, culture is the way we do things around here, and the vision supports that. The vision is not a sales or marketing strategy tool. It's an internal-facing statement used to grow and support your people and improve the business culture. That bears repeating. It is an internal-facing statement used to grow and support your people. The steps to increasing productivity are inside of how the task queues are set up. So what's a task queue? Well, first you have the vision, which is the idea. Communication is how you talk about it and how you act around it and how you live it. Empowerment are the actions that you and others take to fulfill on the vision. These actions and communications are required for continuous engagement. Remember, if you want discretionary effort, it doesn't just happen unless you embody the vision and set up tasks that fulfill on the vision. Then you get the 12.4% extra effort. People then feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. And it's not about you, it's about them. You've enrolled them, and now they're up for the challenge. Now what does it take to use the vision as an accountability structure? Let's have a conversation about that. How can you use the vision as an accountability structure is your next question. Off you go, have a talk about that. Welcome back. How can you use your vision as an accountability structure? And what does it mean to lead from the accountability zone? And how do you use that to support you to have those conversations? Some of you have seen our webinar, Stop Accepting Excuses, Leading from the Accountability Zone. I highly recommend you listen to it. One of the most important aspects of leadership is the ability to hold people to account. Gaining the muscle to do this is one of the greatest challenges that leaders face. Having a clear aspirational vision that you are driven by supports you and the team to have those difficult conversations that you currently avoid. Exercising this muscle is paramount to success. Using the vision as an accountability structure requires some thought. On a daily basis, as leaders, we are confronted with those small things that are not working and are out of alignment with the vision. Walking past them creates the big issues that could have been avoided if we had said something sooner. The vision dictates what we say, when we say it, and how we say it. It will guide your decision making, ensuring we remain on the path that we set. Remember pathfinding. It will determine what we fight about and what we will fight hard for and are unwilling to compromise on. We spend a lot of our time here at Integrity and Values in our programs teaching leaders how to fight and fight clean. The vision will keep the fight clean. It allows you to recognize where the intervention points are. In fact, they become obvious. You know exactly what to interrupt. Remember the intervention of DEM Fire's CEO? His question was simple. How is that uncompromising in fire safety? For this staff member to get it. I've used it with our own team. Given our vision of empowering leaders to build responsible teams, I've simply said, how is that responsible? Interrupting our own disempowering patterns is a lesson for every leader. Once you can do it for yourself, you will do it very well for your team. Your vision and values are a formidable tool. Use them. It will make your life easier. A pathway to using them is getting them off the walls and into the hearts and minds of the people. There are a few ways for us as leaders to get the vision off the walls and alive in the business. You are a living embodiment of the vision, and so is your leadership team. Remember, everyone is watching you and the team. When your people own and live the vision, they will in turn hold you to it. That's when you know you've done your job. Let me give you a recent experience. When we were coming back to work in mid-January 2019, I was pretty lackluster in our first meeting for the year. I had a member of my team ring me after the meeting and tell me that that was not okay and that I needed to clean up with everyone. I was reminded that I was not being a demonstration of an empowered leader and needed to lift my game. I found it tough to hear and also a welcome wake-up call. Next, when your people can tell you what the vision is, and when they speak, they use words from the vision, especially in their wins and challenges. I have given this talk many times, and when I ask people what their vision is, they need to look it up on the company website. It is obvious that is not in the hearts and minds of the people. When the language of the vision is crisp and clear and not ambiguous, it is easily understood and remembered by everyone in the business, and they can see where they can add value. In closing, as leaders, we forge the path, using the vision and values as a tool to keep ourselves and our people on track, to inspire them and ourselves. When they see that their contribution fulfills on the vision, you get discretionary effort. We at Integrity and Values empower leaders to build responsible teams that produce extraordinary results. As a leader, you breathe life into your vision. Be that leader who embodies your vision and values. Be the pathfinder and culture builder. It's not easy. It is worth it. No matter what comes at you, keep the vision at the forefront of your mind to guide you through. Thank you for being here this morning. I'll hand you back to Alison.